The shadow people are a mysterious and reoccurring phenomena in folklore, paranormal encounters, and cryptid research. Appearing as large and terrifying shadows, these creatures may stalk a victim or stay in hiding, but they almost always surround each and every visit with an aura that causes victims to become extremely paranoid, scared, delirious, or even paralyzed with fear. The term shadow people was first used by author Heidi Hollis, who has written many books on paranormal phenomena. According to her, shadow people have been around since the beginning of time and are a dark influence upon society. In psychiatry, shadow people are believed to be hallucinations that the brain creates as an illusion through various psychological triggers. The strange sensation that somebody is nearby when no one is actually present has been described by psychiatric and neurological patients, as well as by healthy, everyday subjects. Those within the field of psychology and psychiatry do not observably understand how the illusion of shadow people is triggered by the brain. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. He coined a concept known as the shadow self, which describes the idea that we have aspects of our personalities that we choose to reject and repress. Carl Jung believed that the shadow self is essentially a collection of repressed aspects of our identity. Aggressive impulses, taboo mental images, immoral urges, fears, irrational wishes, unacceptable sexual desires, and violent intrusive thoughts are just a few examples of the shadow aspects, things people contain but do not admit to themselves that they contain. Even though Carl Jung never officially stated that the shadow self could possibly be dark entities disguising themselves as our personal desires and thoughts. However, Carl Jung once made a statement concerning the shadow self and the demonic. He states, "It's a frightening thought that man also has a shadow side to him, consisting not just of little weaknesses and foibles, but of a positively demonic dynamism." Dynamism is defined as a philosophical theory that all phenomena, such as matter or motion, can be explained as manifestations of forces. What Carl Jung was essentially saying is that there is a demonic force behind the shadow self. Shadow people have existed in all cultures for thousands of years. There are descriptions of shadowy, human-like figures in folklore dating back to ancient times. Many ghosts and demons in the mythologies and folklores of many cultures share striking similarities to the shadow people. Being tall, shadowy, and often vaguely humanoid, whose presence brings an unshakable feeling of impending doom, dread, or despair on the unfortunate humans who encounter them. In ancient Egypt, the shadow people were known as the Kaibut. The Egyptians believed that the Kaibut was one of the 7 souls each person had. Many Native American tribes call the shadow people the Dark Watchers. The Dark Watchers are described as tall, sometimes giant-sized, featureless dark silhouettes, often adorned with brimmed hats. They are most often reported to be seen in the hours around twilight and dawn. They are said to watch travelers from the horizon along the Santa Lucia mountain range. According to many native legends, no one has seen one up close, and if someone were to approach them, they disappear. The Bible gives the shadow people many names. In the book of Psalms, these demonic entities are called the terror by night and the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The book of Ephesians refers to the shadow people as the rulers of darkness and the spiritual wickedness in high places. Shadow people have even been seen by those who have messed with mind-altering substances such as meth and high dangerous doses of Benadryl. In 2020, there was a bizarre TikTok challenge that revolved around the deliberate consumption, excessive use, and overdose of the drug Benadryl, which acts as a deliriant in high doses. This lethal and strange trend was purposely done to bring forth the shadow people hallucinations. These beings have also been encountered during times of negative emotional distress and often appear in dreams and have even been seen by many people who have experienced sleep paralysis. The shadow people have even appeared to those who purposely engage in the practice of witchcraft. There are countless testimonies of people who have unfortunately encountered the shadow people, including people I personally know and even myself. About a year ago, I became good friends with one of my subscribers who used to be a meth addict. He told me that during the peak of his addiction, he encountered the shadow people.
When I got to this place and these things started happening with these people, and this is my first time I'd encountered these shadow people, shapeshifter type entities, and this wouldn't be the last until I got clean.
I have also had the pleasure of interviewing a retired licensed psychotherapist who believes in the existence of demonic entities. He stated that many of his schizophrenic patients who were meth users would often report to him that they would encounter the shadow people.
Now, what they report to me the most, both the schizophrenics and the meth users, were shadow people. They're three-dimensional shadows that can walk through walls. They appear they're darker than the rest of the room. They hardly ever speak. And if they can see their eyes, they're in worse shape. I would even use that as a diagnostic tool. If they saw their eyes were either lime green or red, not good colors. But I never heard them hurt anybody. They would scare people half to death, but they would never hurt anybody. But then, that's one class of energetic being, and the Native Americans used to call them the Watchers.
So there's multiple.
Yeah, there's multiple.
As the scripture says, we are not dealing with flesh and blood, but with demonic entities from the high places, the rulers of darkness. Through the authority of the Word, Jesus Christ, we have the ability to cast out these dark demonic beings out of our lives and others' lives. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was fruitful in your understanding concerning the shadow people. These beings have been around for thousands of years. Every culture, every mythology, every folklore speaks of these beings in some way, shape, or form. The scriptures and Apocrypha tells us exactly who these beings are, and that they are not a good influence on humans. If you guys enjoyed this and would like to support this channel, I do have a Patreon. The link for that will be in the bio below. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your honest thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Till next time.